Our Nissan Sentra brought in over $18,000 in rental income in 2023. Here's the breakdown. So this is one of our Nissan Sentras. It's a 2022 Nissan Sentra in rosewood metallic. We purchased three of these at the end of 2022. So we've had these vehicles on the platform for Turo for the whole year. This one did $13,342 over the course of 2023. It started out a little slow, like towards the end of like December, January when we started it up, but it did close to $1,000 or just a little over $1,000 between January and February. And then starting in March, it started to like ramp up even more, did $1,139. April ramped up quite a bit leading into the summer. So you can see April, May, June, July, August, all these months are all between like 1,400 to like 1,600. Especially May and June did a little bit over 1,600, and then in September slowed down a little bit, but still did really good at $13,014, and then in October again $1,363. Both of these, even with the slowdown, were higher than what we did in like January, February ramping up. And then in November, as you've probably noticed from a few of our videos, we swapped over quite a bit of our cars into doing direct and private rentals. In the end of October, we actually switched this over to a private rental. That lady has had that private rental since the end of October, and we're in February of 2024 right now. So she's had it a long while. Just to kind of go over numbers, at the end of October when she initially got her trip started, she had it for 5 days. We made $400 off of that. And then in November, she had it the whole month of November, $2,400 we made. Then in December, we made $2,480. So that brings our gross, including our $13,342 on Turo, plus our private rentals, to $18,622. From a cash on cash standpoint, is incredibly good, especially since we didn't purchase this vehicle with cash like we did for some of our more affordable rentals. So for this one, we actually financed it through Nissan Motor Acceptance. That's their financial arm for Nissan Motors. This one total cost us $25,387.83. That includes the actual like purchase of the car, which is $23,475. With that, that also kind of rolled in some of the costs that we had associated over the course of this year for like maintenance. So we actually didn't pay out of pocket for a lot of maintenance items just because those got covered by the dealership with a brand new vehicle. So for this one, our only real cost through this whole year was tires and insurance. For tires, I had to replace all four. It kind of like towards the end of August, September, for $410.57. And then insurance, we have it through ARC again, so that's $90 a month. Total was $1,080 for the whole year, bringing our total operating expenses to $1,490.57. And then for financing, because again, this car is a finance car, so, and then for our financing on this, I have a really good interest rate. So my monthly payment is $474.07, and that is with putting $0 down. So for this vehicle, I did not put any money down, no money out of pocket whatsoever, financed everything, the cost of the vehicle, transportation cost, dealer fee, all that stuff rolled into the loan. So $0 out of pocket, and I only paid $474.07 a month. So total cost for that was $5,688.84 for the whole year, bringing our net income, again with no out-of-pocket expenses to actually purchase this car initially, is $11,442.59. So cash on cash, it's pretty much infinite, but it's actually done probably a little bit better than some of our cheaper, more affordable cars that we purchased like towards the second quarter, third quarter of 2023, but it's done really well on direct rentals, like ramping up at the end of October into November and December. That was a big chunk of change. So again, we did $13,342 over the course of January all the way through October. And then just at the tail end of October through the end of the year in December, it did over $5,000 in just 2 months, basically. So this one, it's on a private rental still. The same lady that's had it since the end of October has it now all the way in February 2024. She could keep that vehicle for as long as she wants, if you ask me, but Yeah, this one's doing really well. We have two other Nissan Sentras as well. Those do also extremely well. This one probably is the highest amount. I'll have to review those numbers again when I do the next videos, but and so going the finance route for your vehicles is also a realistic business option if you're trying to get started on Turo or direct rentals. It's not going to have the same cash on cash return as a more affordable, reliable economy car. But if you go the finance route and you have good credit or you can negotiate a good interest rate, this could be a really good option for you just to kind of get started. So as long as you keep your costs low, that's going to be the biggest thing. Make sure you're not buying a vehicle that has a lot of issues or is known to have a whole bunch of issues. You also are risking potentially having a vehicle that is going through a recall. And if you're trying to get on Turo, Turo does not allow vehicles that have a recall to be listed actively on the platform for rentals. So if you're going to go that route, know that there is a little bit of risk with that. You're going to have less out-of-pocket expense from like a month-to-month maintenance standpoint. But if you go the finance route and they come out with a bulletin like Hyundai right now has a recall on a lot of their vehicles, and you have a brand new 2022, 2023, 2024 vehicle that's on the platform, and you have this monthly expense from financing it, and now you can't make money off of it during this time frame, then that might not be an option for you. However, if you're going the direct and private rental route, this is a really good opportunity for you to kind of leverage that. So as long as it's not like a safety related recall or anything where you have to be worried about putting any guests in danger, something minor like a minor electrical issue with like the infotainment system or something like that, this could be a really good opportunity for you to try finance cars for direct rentals. So if you have any questions about how we finance vehicles or how we try to negotiate lower terms or zero down on a finance car, feel free to comment down below. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.